Hey guys, how's it going? How is it going? My name is John Coda. I am the CEO of Rocket Day Trading, and my only goal is to help you day trade better and make as much money as possible. So we're going to go over a live analysis video where I go over with a student how to trade stock that we're looking at tomorrow, VICI. So let's get into it. All right. So my two favorite are VICI and C. It's just C. Okay. So these two stocks, let's start off with VICI. So VICI has a lot of things in our favor. Let's go over them. So VICI is right now hovering above all-time highs. Now, if you recall, when we did the APA trade, when we took an APA trade, it was hovering above all-time highs, and we said, all right, this is going to go up probably like this is going to go up, right? Where's what we're thinking. What happened? It went up, right?
Yeah, right.
And in fact, it went up so fast that it went up without us. So we'll probably we'll probably scale into this position, starting getting some shares right away, and then we'll add more to it as it goes in the direction that we want it to. If it does, because if the market is just total dog tomorrow,
right,
then this stock will either hover at this level, or it will go below the level, in which case we're gonna exit our position. However, if you look at the SPY, right, the S&P 500, that went up 1.91%. The ICI went up almost double that at 3.7. So it's relatively strong. So if you look at how the overall market performs, and then you look at an individual stock, you can find out how strong it is compared to the overall market.
I see.
VICI is overall strong. Now, here's the really cool thing, and what I like the most about VICI and why it's such a huge opportunity. This is a large cap stock, or mid to large cap.
Okay.
That means that if things go to heck and things, it just totally turns against us, it just goes right down. The amount of money that we would actually be risking and is usually about one of these little bars here, or let's use the biggest bar on the map, the biggest red bar on the map. The range of this bar, okay, you can actually see the range right here, which is R. It's 12 cents. So at most in 12 cents, and this is a 3-minute bar, okay? 12 cents down in 3 minutes. That's it. So you'll have like 3 minutes to get out of the trade, and you're risking about 12 cents. That's not very much, right?
Right, of course.
So when it's a fairly safe trade because it's a low volatility stock. Okay. So that's another thing we have in favor of us. Also, with VICI, if we look at the daily chart, these days are all green. Green. Got one little red guy right there. Green. Big green, right? That is a long-term uptrend. Okay. When we have at least 5 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, preceding the day that we want to trade on. There's actually 6 because of this day, yesterday or Friday. That's a long-term uptrend. Long-term uptrend. And so that's another thing we have in our favor. So there's just so many things in our favor right now, really. And so what is our plan? How are we going to trade this? So far what I covered was why should we trade this stock tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to cover how do we trade this stock tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take a position in the stock at open.
Mm-hmm.
Take a position at open.
Mm-hmm.
What that means is the second that opening bell rings, so
Yeah.
long as it doesn't, no, actually, even if it does gap up, we're going to take a position in that stock.
Mm-hmm.
Say, for me, based on where it opens up, it's going to vary between 100 and 1,000 shares as the initial position.
Mm-hmm.
Look for the stock to hold above, okay, wants to be above the all-time high. Okay, so this red line right here, this is not just for show. This is the all-time high.
Okay.
The stock must be above that level if we are going to hold on to our position.
Okay.
So we're only going to trade it long if it's above that line, and we
Yeah.
want it to hold above that line.
Mm-hmm.
If it does, we are going to progressively add to the position on controlled pullbacks. Okay, what that means is, okay, let's use the current uptrend as an example. So let's say we took a position at the start of the day, and then we saw it come down here. Let's say that we didn't want it to pull below this level. And I'll actually draw a line there just for an example. So we're like, all right, as long as it doesn't pull above this, go below this level, we're going to hold on to our position. So it comes down here, comes down here, comes up here. Now, it must be above VWAP, which is the volume weighted average price. Okay. This yellow line is the volume weighted average price. So once it starts the uptrend, if it does start the uptrend, of course, it will come above the volume weighted average price, and then it will usually do a controlled pullback. So controlled pullback cannot break the volume weighted average price, and it must be above. It can't go more than 50% below the upwards movement. So for instance, we have like an upwards movement here, and then we have a red candle, and it didn't go below 50%. So that's like a controlled pullback. We can add, let's say, 50 shares.
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes up, uptrend again, and then it pulls back again, and it pulls back about 50%, but then it kind of comes above, and then we can kind of add right there. Like, okay, we'll add 50 shares right there. And then it comes up right here, and then it comes back a little bit, not more than 50%, right? And then add another 50 shares.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then so we're going to progressively add to the position on controlled pullbacks. It must be above VWAP, it must be above the yellow line. And then when it gets to price target, sell all at price target. So let's say our price target in this case was right here. Okay, that's our price target, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it gets to that point, we just sell all of our shares. So we get 100 shares right here at the open, let's say, okay, for example. We look for it to hold above the all-time high. So as long as it doesn't go below here, then we're going to hold our position. We're going to say, okay, we're good. We're holding it. On the first sign of uptrend, we're going to buy the first pullback. We're going to progressively add to the position. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we add another 50 shares here, comes up again, pulls back another 50 shares. And then, as long as it's above VWAP, the yellow line, we're going to sell it at the price target. If it goes below the VWAP, we just sell our whole position. and we say, this isn't working right now. But if it holds above VWAP and it comes up, then we're going to sell our whole position here at the price target. All right. And we could even, yeah, I'm just going to keep it at that. All right. Any questions on why we're going to buy this stock, and then also how we're going to trade it?
Yes, coach, question on this one where you said to hold above all-time high. How do we, at the open, when it opens, how long do we wait to determine whether it's holding above the all-time high? How long since open?
As long as we need to. It just needs to keep holding. So if let's say this is the all-time high. Let's say it opened and 31.67 is the all-time high. We buy and we're holding. Okay, we're holding, and there's usually going to be some volatility at the open. So if it comes below the all-time high, then we're going to sell our whole position.
Okay, good. That's what you were saying. Okay. I thought like, okay. So we are holding above all-time high as long as it doesn't fall below. If it falls below, we sell.
Yes. So the all-time high is like our stop loss. And so long as the price is trending above the all-time high, we're going to keep adding to the position. So we're going to start off with just a little bit of exposure.
Yeah.
We're going to say, all right, I'm going to buy 100 shares. And see where it goes. That way, if the price just goes straight up, then we already have a position. We're already getting in on that profit. But if the market just sucks that day, or the price just kind of hovers at that level, then we wait for the uptrend to begin.
Okay. And coach, how long are we taking for us to sell our whole position? Are we taking the whole day? Is it like a swing trade, or is it like a like what kind of trade is this?
As long as it takes. We're taking as long as it takes.
I see.
How long should it take? It based on the price action here, it took about 2 hours. So it probably will take about 2 hours. If you need to go in the middle of the day, then I recommend selling most of your position, at least half of your position, taking profits on that, you know, if it's working out, or even cutting losses if it's not, and then setting an automatic stop loss for there.